Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the Daily Market Insight for Wednesday, the 17th of November. All right, now US retail sales figures and industrial production numbers, very strong. Okay, now that's given the dollar an underlying bid tone. The dollar index moving to the top side. And if we have a look at the other majors, it's really put some of these other pairs into alignment. Now, Euro just sliding to the downside, but Aussie and Kiwi getting that little bump back downwards with that dollar strength, and dollar CAD a little bit picked up. Dollar Swiss and dollar yen really loving those strong US numbers. Now, the odd one out here, funnily enough, is, as you can see, is sterling, right? And this guy just straight into the next leg of activity, and that's today's UK CPI numbers, right? So we're getting very close, or much closer to normal market conditions, where the first 2 weeks of the month, the US dollar's in control with the non-farm payrolls, US CPI data, and a bunch of other numbers. Now it comes back to each individual country and what their input is. Now we've got strong dollar picture here at the moment. The only pair that hasn't moved is sterling, because the market wants to see what these CPI numbers are. Really strong numbers here. Sterling rallies, right? Probably brings back on the table, or puts back on the table, a 0.15 basis point rate hike next month. Weak numbers doesn't do anything, right? Well, will be negative for sterling, right? As in, there's no chance of a rate hike. So really big opportunity here. And this is a bit of a flow in, because now if you're looking at sterling, don't forget, and when I say sterling, it means sterling against the US dollar. Don't forget the sterling crosses, right? There's plenty going on here across the board on the sterling crosses. Okay, you get the relative strength there, table there as well, and you've also got a bunch of other things. Good level down here, 84.15 in euro sterling. Strong sterling numbers there should give it a bit of a crack to the downside. And have a look across the board, because once again, once we get back to these normal market conditions, we start to see the crosses come back into play, right? So not just the majors. And then flowing on from this, we're going to have the major sterling data. We've got also the Canadian CPI numbers, right? So piece these together, sterling CAD. It's got to be a chance, right? Because we have the Canadian data coming out, how many hours? 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours afterwards. And you may have a natural currency trade there. So if we do get very clear direction here on sterling, all we need is the Canadian data to be the opposite, and we get a nice, easy flow through on sterling CAD. So make sure you check that out as well. But that's where we are, runs in. So for the rest of the week, UK or sterling CAD, we've got retail sales figures for both countries coming out on Friday as well. Plenty to play for. I'd be focusing on sterling and CAD for the rest of the week. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Cheerio.